My conclusion about social media is partly that you have to really enjoy doing it. There's a reason it's called social media. It's because it's social. And I say, if you're standing at a party and somebody comes up to you and says, hey, how's it going? And you say, I am giving a concert tomorrow, buy a ticket. People are going to back away from you nervously, and yet 75% of organizations are still doing that on social media, like only posting. There has to be a little more of a person behind it.
The stories that endure are the ones that we continue to tell. And it's artists who truly engage in the wanting passion to tell and tackle that story, or climb the Mount Everest or the Partitas, or whatever it is that they're doing.
I think there's a statistic, in this country, like 40 million people a week sing communally. 40 million people, that's a lot of people singing. And there are artists we look at that appeal to this like one layer below, what's there, that is kind of very, very interesting. Some of the biggest kind of crossover acts, 2 cellos, 2 pianos, 5 Browns, the Mormon Tabernacle Church, all come out of the Church of the Latter-day Saints. Really interesting what a church community or a faith-based community around the world can do in producing audience.
Just because things are the way they are doesn't mean they have to stay that way. And that could be understood in a lot of different contexts and beyond art. And the lessons we learn from art to live our lives is actually we inherit something when we're born, but it's up to us to change it if we feel like it needs to be changed.
I think that people can come to an opera house and have a bad experience. I've certainly had, quite a few of them, but you don't go to, it's true, you don't go to a restaurant and have a bad meal and think I don't like restaurants or I don't like food. You don't go to the cinema and see a bad movie and think I don't like the art of celluloid. And so, but people will say, they go to the opera, they don't like it, they say it's not for me.
Any place needs what you are capable of creating, and never forget that like the system has been designed out of necessity to build itself in a certain way, but like there's a big wide world out there, and it needs you.
It's incumbent upon us to show how all the Tchaikovsky and all the Sibelius, all the Beethoven that we learn is relevant in this day and age through these stories. I'm doing this because I want to be able to say I can sit at the table with Beethoven and Bartók. They spoke to the issues of their day, and if we went and got a beer, could I tell them about Sendero Luminoso? Do I have music that reflects that?
What I would say about Kickstarter is, for Kickstarter music, just so you know, the average pledge is $70, which is higher than I would think. 70.
Right now, we're still relatively living in what I would sort of term a fourth wall universe, where there's always that sense of there's a line drawn where the audience doesn't cross, and the works that you're showing, and even Groupmuse experiences, are all about that wall coming down. I guess as we sort of think about the future of where the sector is going and the way that we design spaces to accommodate what that future experience is going to be, there needs to be a bit of a rethink.